in a significant escalation that could rattle one of the world's fastest-growing trade relationships. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that all imports from India will now face a 25% tariff, starting August 1st, just days from now. In a lengthy post on Truth Social, President Trump acknowledged India as a friend, but sharply criticized its protectionist trade policies, calling them among the most strenuous and obnoxious non-monetary trade barriers anywhere in the world. Trump also made it clear that this wasn't just about trade. He pointed fingers at India's continued military and energy purchases from Russia, saying that while the global community urges Moscow to stop the war in Ukraine, India remains Russia's largest energy buyer after China. In his words, and we quote, "Remember, while India is our friend, we have over the years done relatively little business with them because their tariffs are far too high, among the highest in the world, and they have the most strenuous and obnoxious non-monetary trade barriers of any country. Also, they have always bought a vast majority of their military equipment from Russia and are Russia's largest buyer of energy, along with China, at a time when everyone wants Russia to stop the killing in Ukraine. All things not good. India will therefore be paying a tariff of 25%, plus a penalty for the above, starting on August 1st. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Mega." In another post he wrote, and we quote, "We have a massive trade deficit with India." This tariff announcement follows months of high-stakes negotiations between the two countries, after the U.S. initially set an August 1st deadline for India and several others to reach a new trade deal. Progress, however, has been slow, at times optimistic, at times stalled. U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer admitted just this week that while talks were constructive, India's decades-old protectionist stance remains a hurdle, especially in sensitive sectors like agriculture and dairy, which Washington views as untapped markets. India, however, has maintained that its agricultural policies are non-negotiable, with Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal stating that millions of small Indian farmers' livelihoods cannot be compromised. Goyal added that India is still optimistic about closing a very consequential trade partnership. Despite the tensions, economic ties between the two democracies have grown rapidly. In 2024 alone, bilateral trade between India and the U.S. touched $190 billion, and both sides had publicly committed to boosting it to $500 billion in the coming years. India has already reduced duties on several American exports, including whiskey and motorcycles, but Washington continues to run a $45 billion trade deficit with India, something President Trump has repeatedly vowed to correct. As India weighs its response, this sharp tariff hike could not only impact goods and markets, it could also test diplomatic resolve between two major global players. For full coverage on this developing story and more international updates, don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express YouTube channel.